What is going on, everyone? It's a Tuesday edition of Q's Cuts. Rich Quinones here inside the friendly confines of the AM 1490 Sports Betting Radio Studios. Got about half an hour to play with before we hit 4 o'clock with a Tuesday edition of BYP. So, got a lot of NBA to get into. We'll dive into some interesting NFL news and notes. Tom Brady signing that monster deal with Fox. I mean, what is that, the worst kept secret? He's got to finish his playing days first. We'll get in some baseball too, but got to give a ton of credit to the Philadelphia 76ers. They were down 2-0 in this series against the Miami Heat, and it looked really bleak, struggling, Harden, banged up, Embiid, not going to be available. And then what does he do? He shows you exactly why he should have been the MVP. And he plays well, and he gives his team a spark. And then, of course, Harden with the big quarter, the fourth quarter in Game 4. Now we got a series that's not up at 2-2. Scene shifts back to Miami tonight, where that line's crept down a little bit from 3 to 2.5 to 2 right now in favor of Miami. No Lowry tonight for the Miami Heat, but this is for really everyone still kind of bitching and complaining and whining that Embiid didn't win the MVP. Joker won the MVP, and look, I get it, man. I'm with you. I said this last year. I thought he was deserving of the MVP. I said it again this season. I thought he was especially deserving of the MVP. But think about this. Push comes to shove, you back the big man in a corner. First of all, he's pissed off, which is good for the Sixers, bad for the rest of the NBA, i.e. the Miami Heat. And you almost get this sense, if Boston takes care of business against Milwaukee, you're going to get potentially an epic series if Philly can get by Miami, which now all of a sudden – the momentum of that series has shifted greatly in the Philadelphia 76ers' favor, that they can be on a collision course. But Embiid's going to take that trip to the NBA Finals anytime over a regular season award. I mean, trust me on that one. Yeah, should have got the MVP. And I know people look at the numbers and the analytics and say Joker played with a couple players that weren't available, and look what he was able to do. But he's not in the playoffs anymore. Embiid's in the playoffs. And one big reason I think Embiid should have won the MVP, first of all, leading the league in scoring. I mean, that's just so rare from a center standpoint, playing both ends of the floor, playing banged up. When he's out on the floor, dominant as can be. I mean, you talk about the length, the size, the skill. He's just a beast. He's a monster. And the fact that he had to pull up with the Ben Simmons crap all season long. I mean, to me, that's got to account for something. Basically, Simmons not even touching his toe, not even dipping the toe in the court, in the waters, if you will, for the Philadelphia 76ers, having also get James Harden into the mix after the trade, having to carry the team. That is worthy of MVP. All the nonsense, the outside noise, the extraneous variables that the big man had to put up with. He's the MVP. But the award at the end of the day, years from now, we know the name that's going to be etched in there. But if you're Embiid, you don't give a crap. You want that trek. You want that trip into the NBA Finals. Sixers fans, keep it in perspective. All this is done now is awoken the sleeping giant. Pencil the big man in tonight for 36-19. Sixers, I believe, are going to win this game. I still think it's going to go 7, even though I had Miami winning it in 6. What the hell do I know? So anyway, that's a Tuesday edition of Q's Cuts. As I alluded to, we'll talk to you at 4 o'clock with a Tuesday edition of BYP from 4 to 6 right here on AM 1490 Sports Betting Radio.